What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the new episode of the Toss Up Podcast. I'm your host, Jiven, and today we have Ian in the house.
What's up, everybody?
And also we have Leonard from Cheras.
What up, everyone? Still from Cheras.
What's up, Leonard? And last but not least, we have the Kung Fu Master himself, Mr. Kris.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Yeah, finally, man of a few words, Kris. On today's episode, Ian is presenting us with an interesting case. So I'm going to pass the baton to Ian. Ian, it's all yours, man.
All right, guys, listen up. This is a very interesting case. This is the murder of a princess.
Ooh, princess in Malaysia, is it?
Yes.
Oh, Putri Genang Ledang stories. Let's go.
This case happened 20 years ago. And for this story, we're going to enter the world of royalty.
Royalty. Okay, just want a heads up. Any royalty people here, please, we're just telling a story. Please don't come after us, all right?
Yeah, disclaimer, no offense.
No offense, okay? Probably there's some offense. Probably some. But, forgive us.
October 11, 2002, actor and model Hazleza Isha was found dead under the bridge of Taiping. Her cause of death was due to strangulation, and she was apparently thrown off the bridge. At that time, this case drew a lot of media attention, and for one main reason. The victim was not only a model and actress, she was also the second wife of the Prince of Perak. When the second wife of the prince gets murdered, who do you think the investigation would point to?
Probably
Your first wife.
I think it would be the driver, based on the Diana story, based on the driver.
I think the king, the prince himself.
Maybe the king.
The king. Oh, maybe the king.
king.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like someone, the daughter-in-law to be like actress and model.
We're probably going to jail at this point.
At this point, it seems like a repetition for what's happening in the UK. When this lady married Prince Harry and all that kind of thing.
Princess Diana.
Yeah. God.
But I don't think so. It's that.
So everybody will think and speculate it will be the first wife, right? Mm-hmm. You might be right, though. In this case, they immediately looked at the first wife, Raja Noor Mahani, as a prime suspect of this. At that time, some news outlets were already making it obvious that her beauty was fading with time. The prince was 62 and she was 61. And Hazleza Isha was only 26.
26?
What? Granddaughter age way.
He married his daughter. Someone like his daughter.
No, granddaughter.
There's only 40 years different.
40 years age difference. Could be.
Could be grand.
Oh my.
Could be, yeah. You could.
I would say at least daughter. This. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
how is she like cool with it? This is probably because of money, lah.
I mean,
yes, it could be money because he's a prince, and status.
Sugar daddy in the olden times.
Anyway, Noor Mahani was getting insecure and feeling like the prince was acting cold towards her. Ever since he married for the second time, weird stuff started happening in the palace. The prince was rejecting her company. Big flies followed her around. A sanitary towel appeared on the roof, and even headless birds were found on the palace grounds.
Wait. Can I just say, how did they even find the sanitary towel all the way on the roof? He's living in the castle, right?
Yeah, palace.
His palace, right? It's quite top, no?
oh yeah, that's true.
It's quite high.
That means somebody could.
Somebody like the fellow say, itu ada pet. Macam mana kita tengok?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know who would throw sanitary towels up in that room.
First of all, if he throwing sanitary towels on that high, right? Probably he's joined the Olympics.
All this info came straight from Noor Mahani when she was questioned in court. She told the judge there was more. She kept hearing the sounds of bamboo hitting the ground after midnight, and she could hear babies crying even though there were none in the palace. The princess even developed some rash and vomited crystals. How you vomit crystals?
I'll be happy if I vomit crystals.
Yeah,
right.
If I'm vomiting diamonds, I think now maybe the prince just decided to have a diamond mine.
Yeah, I would be happy, man. I'll vomit more.
I don't know. I feel like if I vomit crystals, I'll be filthy.
Okay,
rich.
can I just say this story is becoming more and more unbelievable at this point.
Yeah.
Doesn't
He's
even
like
make sense.
first sanitary pad on top of the palace, flies going around, vomiting crystals.
Wait, after all this, she was convinced Hasleza was a witch, and she put an evil spell on the palace. When they talk about evil black magic, hantu or pontianak, they normally call them santau. Nur Mahani told the court she didn't want to get rid of Hasleza. She just wanted to get rid of the santau. So to do this, she called a bomo, as you do. The princess told them in court there were many things the bomo did to help her. One of the methods she called the buffalo nose string. They put a piece of string through the buffalo nose, then soaked it in mineral water. After that, the princess had to put a few drops in her husband's coffee. He would become affectionate again. For a case as gruesome as this one, even the judge and the entire court found this detail pretty funny lah.
Pretty funny, I think. It's,
Fucking ridiculous way.
It makes zero sense.
at this point, I just think like, she probably did it lah. She's just making up stories at this
Yeah.
point. I just, oh my god. But I would never drink coffee anymore already. I go to royalty palace, you know coffee at the tea. I know air bang. I know air.
Hey, but in water also,
mineral water.
Kangang, they will give you a kangang water.
Cannot even have mineral water. I go to royalty bang, saya ni hari ni saya puasa bang. Terima kasih bang. Shit, we talking
Too much shit about that.
It's a literally very fantasy lah. Is what the story is.
I don't think so. This is a Malaysian royalty. This is probably some other country royalty because I think Malaysian royalty has much more greater standard than this.
Not really. Okay, we're just,
Hey,
I say
he's
this
just
save
trying
our
to
ass.
save our ass.
Don't come and
Okay. All right. After the trial, 5 suspects were actually detained. The list included 2 bomos and a few palace aides, but the princess was never charged. One of the bomos, Mat Saad Isa, actually confessed to manslaughter, and he got 14 years in jail. In his confession, he also said Nur Mahani was the actual mastermind of the killing, which she obviously denied. So finally, there was a lack of credible evidence found and all the suspects were released. The years went by and the case went cold. Amongst the publics, people were pissed because everyone knew the real mastermind wasn't caught and they only went for the henchmen.
I mean, now from the story, we kind of know the girl. What's the girl name? Nur Mahani.
Yep, Nur Mahani.
Mahani, you did it, lah, Mahani.
case closed. Case closed.
Yes, yes.
Case closed.
Mahani, congratulations, Mahani. You did amazing work. But I would say,
Tarik balik. Tarik balik. Tarik balik.
but I honestly, for me, I think this whole premise of this story is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even if I was the judge in that point, I would think like, yo.
I would throw the hammer straight away.
So you think what? Thor is like, the judge is like, go. Endgame. I honestly think if I was the judge or a lawyer defending these people, I would just think these people went nuts.
Yeah.
And I think many of the cause would be jealousy. Maybe we could not say this is a killing yet because we don't really know who killed them. But it's from this story, it's pretty obvious that the wife probably did it.
Mahani.
Mahani is the wife, is it?
Yeah.
First wife.
Mahani did it lah. But you know what I'm most surprised about?
What?
Still coming back to the sanitary pad, man. Mahani had somebody throw her sanitary pad on the palace. Nambeka!
No,
It's not only
I'm
throwing. It's she actually got someone to go and find it back.
yeah, that floor is
Saya jumpa ni kat atas itu. Apa you buat kat atas itu?
the floor have to come and pick it up somewhere in there.
So, I just want to ask you guys here on the table, okay? Is it really far-fetched for us, for this age, our Malaysian culture, to actually believe in all this like black magic and all that? Back in the day.
I think black magic happens. It happens. It happens. But to prove it in court, it's definitely not. It's not something logical that the court would accept.
So I have a completely different theory. I don't believe in black magic and all this stuff.
Okay.
And generally, so when people say black magic was involved, my assumption is people are just bullshitting. Because I feel like black magic and all this magic is a very mental game. It's a psychological game.
Yeah.
So if they say there's black magic around you, it's psychologically affecting you. And the magic is probably,
Yeah.
I agree with you. And actually, I have the same thing, the theory. I don't believe in black magic.
yeah. So I think it's a very psychological thing. And the fact that bomos and all this exist in these days, I think it's a complete insult for our culture. Mainly because when I was in the States, back about 8 years ago when I was in States, we were in the class studying about all this financial stuff.
Yeah.
And during that time, one of the most interesting case around the world that was happening was the MH370.
Yeah.
So my whole class was looking at it as a case study and everything. And one of the points that was brought up, because they were learning about the Malaysian culture, one of the points that was brought up is, the bomo that was doing with the coconut?
Yeah, that one.
So my lecturer actually asked me, is this a Malaysian culture thing? And I was just like, because I was the only Indian guy, right?
Yeah.
And I can't say like, oh, this is not, because they could say like, this is a Malay culture or something, they believe in all this. So I didn't want to say anything. But the Malay guy just got up and said, that's just stupidity. That's stupidity. And I just like, thank you.
Well, it is so. In this day and age, as we get a more technological advance, I think a lot of us actually have our own different thoughts on black magic, witchcraft, all that here in Malaysia already. But
I actually think that black magic actually happens because you can see it a lot. It happens a lot, especially in movies.
Tell me something happened in your life.
In movies. No, but I think it makes sense. Like I said, it makes sense. It happens, but to prove it in court, you cannot prove it in court because court it follows evidence, it follows facts and everything, and you can't bring this up in court. Okay, the fact that she brought it up in court is that itself is stupid of what she was doing, but at the same time, I want to question if she was the prime suspect of everything, why would you throw the henchman he was not even in the suspect list, I think, like someone else.
But this is not a new thing in here. I mean,
true.
Based on what the case study is, there was very lack of evidence of putting her at front. It's more like he said, she said kind of thing. So when in court, he said, she said could easily be, dismissed because the person who's saying like, oh, that's the person who asked me to kill is the actual person who killed.
Yeah.
So you will take what they say with a grain of salt because they will be like, every evidence is pointing at them. So if you say like, this person is the one asked them to kill, like let's say, I say Leonard only asked me to do this, and Leonard say no, I didn't.
That's true. So
there's no reason for the henchman to kill. Like there's no alibi. Is it alibi? No.
Motive.
There's no motive for the henchman to kill. So
but the action done by him. So the action done by him, he is the one who is responsible.
That is the law, right?
Itself. Yeah, that's the law.
If you are the one who raised the weapon to kill someone, you are the murderer.
You are the one who good.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just trying to find someone to throw under the bridge.
Under the bus.
Under the bridge. Oh my god. Literally. Oh my god. All right. One last one. What do you guys think happened to Hasleza Isha?
Wasn't she like strangulation?
Yeah.
She strangled and then she was thrown out.
Yeah, like why would they want to do that?
Jealousy lah.
It's obvious.
Yeah. Because of her jealousy, that's why she came up with this ridiculous story to take out the second wife.
Yes. I also think probably like what I said, maybe our royalties could not have more than one wife. So they just want to take out because I feel like a 60-year-old royalty person shouldn't have a 26-year-old as his wife or second wife because that gives people the wrong perspective on how royalties are in Malaysia.
But they're allowed, to do that.
They're allowed, but just because a person in power,
Like I know this Tengku, he's married.
but he just kind of censorship.
But there are king who married to
Yeah,
younger.
But you have to understand, in Malaysia, the kings are the national symbol of religion. So and they are
Yeah, but they see if the king, right, the earlier king, I don't know who's that, like 2 generations ago, he married a young woman also. Right?
but he doesn't have second or third wives. Right?
That's true.
I don't think so.
yeah.
I think people should educate us about this.
Yeah.
Like, if you know that should kings are allowed to have this or not. I know this is a very sensitive topic, but we just want to know, like, educate us on this.
So kings or prince, let us know.
Wait, I just want a question that what's her name again?
Which one?
The
Hasliza?
Hasliza.
Mahani? Which one?
Honey.
Nor Mahani.
She's still alive, right?
Nor Mahani?
Not sure.
Not
20
sure.
years ago, she's
20
80.
years
bro.
ago, she's
80. Okay, lah.
She's
Then
80 now.
I was just worried that we might be in trouble because then we will be the Pontianak lah.
Okay, so
Just go back and check your roof lah if there's any sanitary. If it's there,
This fellow stays in an apartment building. I don't know how he's going to check lah that one.
probably he'll have another henchman go check. Kau apa kan tu? I tengok ni merah-merah.
No, what will happen? He'll be like standing out at the balcony, suddenly just.
Oh shit!
Face palm.
shit, man.
All right, so
Yeah.
I just want to give a big shout out to Ian for coming up with this interesting case.
Yeah.
So, Ian, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think we should throw back to our viewers. Also, let us know what do you know about this case. If you know anything about this case, do let us know in the comment down below. And if you do know anything about royalty that we don't know, please do educate us on the comment section below. Or also you can drop us an Instagram or tweet us. Do whatever you need to do to reach out to us. So, because we do appreciate it. We do want to learn about all these things. So just want to say, if you can, please educate us. Do not cancel us.
Yeah. Don't cancel us.
I can't believe you have to say that, man.
Yeah, cancel culture. Let it die. Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. This is the second episode of The Toss Up. My name is Jiven.
My name is Ian.
Leonard,
Kris.
And we will see you again on the next episode. Thank you so much, guys.
ciao.